Now you get the hot seat.
Yeah, exactly.
Can I sit up here?
You can sit. He wants to sit there. You go. All right. Now you have to. Under one condition, that I don't get any hard questions from you. I want to say this. This was helpfully provided to me by CBS News, so that I don't get confused. This is day 9 of the Obama presidency. The president intends to make his first foreign trip as president to Canada. He will make that trip on February the 19th.
Can you talk about the policy toward Afghanistan? Specifically, the New York Times article today said that there was going to be a shift in the policy, more emphasis on fighting insurgents, less emphasis on development.
Let me try to clarify some of, I think, what we believed was erroneous reporting. We support a democratically elected president of Afghanistan. I know the importance of getting stories out into newspapers. They may not altogether be finished by the time they get printed. The president committed as a part of this process to speak with commanders both on the ground in Iraq and Afghanistan. So I think we've got a deliberate process that the president will be able to receive that information and make some key determinations as we change that mission in Iraq.
Can you be more specific about when we might hear from him?
No, I think it will be relatively soon.
Is the president bothered at all that Secretary Geithner has picked as his chief of staff a former lobbyist for Goldman Sachs, who has obviously that company has benefited from government bailouts? Doesn't that punch a hole in what the president signed just last week in terms of preventing lobbyists like that from serving in his administration?
The ethics and transparency executive orders that the president signed the first day institute a policy that covers this administration, unlike any policy we've seen in any previous administration in the history of our country. No policy was going to be perfect.
If it's a strong even if it's a strong policy, does it mean anything if people are getting waivers to go around it?
The policy that we have is the strongest that any administration in the history of our country has had. I think that speaks for itself.
The cocktail party tonight, what was the genesis of that idea? And it's evenly divided, 6 and 6, I believe, from the House, and 5 and 5 party-wise from the Senate.
That's so the basketball games are easier.
But in the Senate, there are earmarked projects as well. $70 million for a supercomputer for NOAA, $75 million for education for smoking cessation. President Obama can tell these Democratic senators and members of the House, take this stuff out of the bill. He obviously did so with Congressman Waxman. Why doesn't he do it for all these earmarks?
Understand what we've seen in just the last 48 hours, Jake. 70,000 people since Monday have gotten pink slips from the companies that they work for. You can look at each one of these things each and every day. I think it's more important to see where we end up. They do, but they don't declare winners. You get up and stretch at one point during the game, and there's a man that says you can't buy beer after a certain time, but the umpire doesn't declare the game over except for one point in the game. So I guess I would stress that even as you get up to stretch and buy beer, they only call one winner. So let's hope that one winner is the American people, because both teams have worked together. I'll take 2.